No matter how many times you reorganize your kitchen, there never seems to be enough space, or rather, the right space for all your stuff. And maybe your problem has something to do with choosing style over function. Today we're going to de-style your kitchen, and it doesn't mean giving up the design. That's not what we're talking about here. Michael Saunders, owner of ShelfGenie Columbus, is here to explain. So hi, Michael.
Hello.
All right, first off, when you're talking about style in the kitchen, it's not S-T-Y-L-E, right? What are we talking about here?
But I thought that's what we were here to talk about.
I mean, you have style, but your kitchen we don't want, right?
Yeah, exactly. We're talking about that center piece of wood between the two doors.
Okay.
So 99% of cabinets are built with a frame around the front of them. They'll do two small doors. They'll put that center piece of wood there so that they don't have to worry about butting the doors up against each other. It doesn't have to be perfect. And all it's really doing is closing that gap between the doors and getting in the way.
And it doesn't serve a structural purpose, right? So when it's gone, does it do anything?
In most cases, you're correct. It does not serve a structural purpose. We do have size limitations. Once it gets so big, it doesn't make any sense to cut it out.
Sure.
But in most cases, yes, it's just there to close that gap. But the great part is it doesn't actually go away. It looks exactly the way it does right now, but when we're done with it, when you open the door, it swings out of the way to make it a nice big opening instead of two small openings.
Okay, so tell us how you do that. How does ShelfGenie kind of create that look without that getting in the way?
So what we do is we use a really thin saw called a Japanese pull saw. It's extremely sharp. I cut my hand on it every time I reach in my toolbox. And we cut it really thin slice on the top, really thin slice on the bottom. We stain pen everything up to make it look really nice and match everything, and then we screw it to the back of one of the doors.
And that's it, and that enables you, obviously, to fit in all this shelving as we're looking at it. I mean, without that thing getting in the way.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, the only other way to do it is I put two small ones or three small ones on one side and two or three on the other side, but there's about 5 or 6 inches there in the middle that you're losing because that piece of wood's in the way.
And that's the big thing about ShelfGenie is you guys utilize every inch of space that you possibly can.
Absolutely. We're a custom product, so we're going to measure every single space and make things as big as we possibly can.
And we're looking at obviously some before and after pictures. And the one thing I want people to note is there isn't that gaping hole left because you took it out. You put it on to the current cabinet.
Yes.
And there's no damage done. So let's talk about that. There's not, holes everywhere or something done.
No, I mean, to be honest, if you don't know we've done it and you're not specifically looking for it, you have no clue we have done it.
You wouldn't have known.
No.
And do you get a lot of people that are shocked at that, at you being able to do that and provide them that much more room?
They ask a lot of questions because obviously we're going to be cutting into their cabinet.
Sure,
They're
sure.
worried about how it's going to look, and we show them pictures. We explain exactly how we do it. They all want it done. They just want to make sure it's going to look right. And then once we show them pictures of things we've done, we show them, how we're going to do it and really explain it. They are all on board.
So once that style is gone, is attached to the door, what is it that you are able to do? Because I know that the pull-out shelves, I mean, those are what you do. So
yes.
What's the difference once you pull those out?
Once you pull the pull-out shelves out, you've gained access to absolutely everything in that cabinet. If you think about a cabinet now, you've got a full shelf on the bottom, and then you got that little half shelf that you can't even see until you bend way down or get down on your hands and knees. And that's the #1 complaint we get from clients is, I can't get to that little shelf. I can't get back there to get that. Or I can't get the stuff off the back of the bottom shelf. We put in full shelves. A lot of cases, we're putting 3 in instead of 2. And that's doubling the amount of space you have in that cabinet. And it's all usable space. That's the key word, usable space.
Usable space, and they're sturdy. They're not like flimsy little plywood shelves. I mean, these things hold some big weight, right?
Exactly. These are real wood, ball bearing stainless steel rails. They hold 100 pounds when fully extended.
All right, it all starts with an in-home consultation, Michael. So how does somebody go about doing that?
They either find us online at our website, shelfgenie.com. They call us on the number you guys are going to show them. They're going to get a hold of the call center. The call center is going to schedule them with one of our designers local here in Columbus. We're going to come out and take care of them.
All right, it's as easy as that. All that info is on screen. Michael, thank you as always.
Thank you for having me.